live in Los Angeles. The song of which I'm going to perform an excerpt for you comes from my roots in Southern Virginia. And there, my dad used to work at a nylon plant, and whenever he went to the floor, he used to have to wear a pair of steel-toed shoes. So you're going to hear a little bit about them. I'm just going to do one verse and chorus because you guys said you only wanted to hear about a minute. So I'm 39 and I've been writing songs for over 25 years. This one's called First Dance. The lights were slightly dimmed in our junior high school gym for the Sadie Hawkins dance, where once a year the time had come for every girl who had a crush to take a chance. I took a deep breath before I asked, may I have the first dance, the last dance, and every dance in between? I hope that you don't mind. Tonight I'm going to take the lead. You won't step on my toes when I'm dancing every step in Daddy's steel-toed shoes. You don't know what I'm thinking. I won't say what is on my mind. So we keep on pretending to be real while we are telling lies. We hope that we will find a place of truth, of understanding, far from fear of falling freely. Fly with me, face me, feel me, look me squarely in the eye, and say that you will stay until the winter's frost turns to green of spring and bulbs of tulip bloom inside me, bloom inside me. I actually created this poster myself. Being up late at night, that time I was working on the buy-side finance in Boston, and so I presented this concert, Originals and Covers with Coffee and Tea. Where else on a Sunday would you rather be? And I put these posters all up around Central Square in Cambridge, where a lot of people ended up coming. I think at the end there was standing room only, and the little cafe ran out of bread, and I passed around this mailing list in case people wanted to sign up. And I remember thinking, gosh, am I going to do this again? And since then, in this incarnation of being a performing songwriter, I haven't stopped. In addition to performing with other bands and in other genres, I've given over 150 performances myself. I've been hired to present music as an artist, and I've really made this my life focus, and I'm definitely ready to take this to the next level. America's popular musical landscape has evolved in an amazing way in the time that I've lived, and I kind of want to contribute to that. I want to be a part of that. I feel like it's revolutionary, and there are all kinds of beats and sounds and things that I feel like I could help introduce. One of the things that I like to share with people, which I think is sort of relevant to my life today, is my kindergarten diploma, which, as you'll see here, is a Bachelor of Rhymes. So far, I've had one of my songs placed in a public service announcement to reduce domestic violence, and that was a wonderful opportunity. But I really feel like there is an audience both for the original music I present as an artist, Manisha Shahane, and also I think I have a catalog of music that I can write and that I will continue to write that would appeal to other kinds of artists, which I might not necessarily perform myself. When I got to Los Angeles, I had the chance to work with an innovative program in which we use songwriting to promote and enhance literacy in the schools. I was really touched when the teachers handed me this. These are all their notes. This is from a 4th grade class, and this is one particular letter that I wanted to share. Oh, where did it go? Here it is. Okay. So they've got thank you here. I'll just let you see what it says. Whenever I feel discouraged about how things might be going, I literally pick these up and they keep me going. It's one of the things that inspires me. And if I were to win the competition and go on, I would be able to have an impact on that many more kids, adults, and I really just want to encourage people to pursue their dreams, because it really took a lot of courage for me to give up everything that I had going for me. I mean, I was really passionate about what I was doing. I worked in environmental consulting right out of college, and then I wanted to take it further, so I decided to pursue a joint degree in business and in international relations. All this time, music was still a part of who I was, and it just wouldn't leave me alone. I had to keep finding a way to make it happen. One of my colleagues, teachers, fellow musicians, really encouraged me about 10 years ago. He said, Manisha, if you're going to do this, just do it. One of the things that happened for me that really affects my writing and who I am and my worldview is that when I was a little girl, I was 8 years old, and there was a circumstance in which my family went to India, and for some family reasons, they made the decision that I would stay there and that my parents and my sister would be here in the States. And so for that whole year, I lived with my grandmother, and I had to learn the language and go to school there and learn all these different customs. And I feel that I'm always trying to connect people for that reason, because I've often been in a situation where I'm different, and then after being there for a year, I came back to Southern Virginia and again felt very different. And I think also that there was a part of me that felt alone, and I think that that's just really part of who we all are as humans. And that's why community is so important for me, and that's why I feel like the Writers' Camp would be a really great collaborative environment and growth opportunity. In closing, I would like to quote Tom Petty. I actually keep one of his quotes on the fridge. This is something I heard him say at a conference a couple of years ago in Los Angeles. He says, to ignore the muse is downright impolite. And I love Tom Petty, listening to a lot of his songs when I was growing up. I think he's an amazing songwriter. And I guess I've always tried to open the door whenever the muse knocks, whenever she's been gracious enough to knock, and do what I can with what she has to offer. But if I were the next hitmaker, I think it would give me the opportunity to leave the door wide open so that she wouldn't even have to knock.